Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Welcome to my review of my Vauxhall Corsa EGS. It's 14 months old at the end of the month. I got it from the local Vauxhall dealer in Nottingham, Pentagon. Saw Matt, met the sales manager. Easy transaction, easy buy. 3,390 miles. It's now done 3,400. I've done 10 miles in it, or just over 10 miles. I think I said in a previous video I was going to buy an electric car when I was 67. With what's happened, I'm 65 the day after tomorrow, on Friday. This is the 27th today. So I bought it early. I paid £14,745. Registered 31st of January 2023. I looked at various electric cars. I've seen all the reviews on television, on YouTube, and never heard such a load of bumpkin in all my life. This is it inside. You can see I've had my feet. Love the seats. Let's jump in. They talk, these people that review these cars talk endlessly about all sorts of gumph. These to talk about the small door pockets, they talk about the plastic, talk about sizes, everything. This here doobie square here, it's all bumpkin really. Anyway, I don't know how to use it. Let's get rid of Riney. It has a range of 222 miles apparently. They complain about this, not big enough. They complain about this, not useful. They complain about this, not being big enough. I've got a glasses case in there. They complain about oh, this, the flat steering wheel. They complain about the leg room. These are all these professional motoring journalists. So I've watched all these videos and they tell me that the Peugeot 208 is the better one to buy because it's the same car. It isn't, it can't be better. I'll tell you for what, it's £1,000 more and a year older with more miles. They always talk about that. They don't look under there. That's to do before filling the tyres up, towing eye and the tyre sealant. I can fit a triangle, a warning triangle I think. So I'm as pleased as punch. It's an electric car. It's ticking, it's further ticking credentials for being eco-friendly. It's big enough. It's big enough for me. Oh, the other thing to talk about, they go in the back here. And they talk about the transmission tunnel. Well, it's a Vauxhall Corsa, based originally on the Vauxhall Nova. Never had a transmission tunnel in its life. To have a transmission tunnel you have rear wheel drive. Never ever has there been a Vauxhall Nova or Corsa rear wheel drive. There may have been a 4-wheel drive variant for rallying or whatever, I don't know. So it's never had a transmission tunnel, but they talk about it. When you're driving, a criteria I was looking at with an electric car was, I'm going to get in, it's raining. was the criteria I had was not to have one of these phallic type gear lever things. Hark back to cars, I guess. They had like a, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Something we get hold of. So it's got a switch, it's got electric handbrake, it's got regenerative braking. They talk about regenerative braking and you watch all these videos and they'll tell you it's not very good. Well, I can tell you, when you take your foot off the gas pedal, it slows down more rapidly than you need it to. And if you guys have driven proper cars, you know, Mark II Cortina or Mark III Cortina even, or a series Land Rover, will know when you take your foot off the gas they'll come to a stop. Well, that's what this does. So they talk about this regenerative braking, which in old money was engine braking. So they talk about regenerative braking in this being no good. Well, it is. I think it's brilliant. Other than that, that's my first introduction to my new motor. I'm going to show you under the bonnet as well. I don't know, yo, it's down that side. Let's have a walk round. So, I'm dead impressed. I bought it because Jane's had a Peugeot 2008. I've been so impressed with that because I've been more than cynical about the world of electric cars. There's the bit that they don't show you under here because there's nothing to show you. That's pretty cool. It's got a 12-volt battery there, look. That's all to do with controlling it and battery. Motor's down there that drives the front wheels. Never press down to close the car bonnet, always let it drop, because they make them out of such thin metal it'll dint. It's got super sexy alloys. No idea what size they are, they look pretty sizable to me. I moan about the leg room in the back. Well, I've had my seat fairly well back anyway for driving, and I'm quite happy with that. See, they do talk about this, which is a nice feature, but they talk about it in a negative way. They say they've had to do this to fit somebody in the back. It isn't. I think it's, you know, you fit in the back. It's a blooming motor car. Here's the transmission tunnel that isn't. They talk about these, that to sit in the back seat, you have these up, because if you don't have these up, which I can't get back down, a bit of button on this side, I guess. If you don't have those up, they stick in the middle of your back. It's illegal not to have them up. So that gets in the way of your back, and you sit, I don't know, I've not sat it. Yes, it does. It sticks in your back. What they don't tell you is, if it sticks in your back, it's because you've got it legally set, because that has to be correctly set at the back of your head by law. So that's just waffle. I think it's a typical thing. They get a cheap motor. Well, they're not cheap actually. This was less than half price. They get a cheap motor, so they criticise it, and the absolute waffle of garbage they come out with when they're talking about these things. The fancy words they use. It's a motor. That's all it is. You can get in and out of it. Even I can get in and out of it. So that's a little introduction to my new motor. The reason I bought it because it's a 2023 car, albeit on a 72 plate. It's a 2023 motor. It was less than £15,000, so that was my limit, and it's the lowest mileage one I could find. In actual fact, it was last week when I bought this, it was the cheapest Vauxhall Corsa in the country. There was one cheaper, but that had been sold. So I didn't get that. Was it the other Pentagon garage in Mansfield, a white one. I didn't get that, so this was the next cheapest. And in actual fact, because when I looked online, it was out, this was out of my price range at £15,495. I didn't look at this because it was out of my price range. The one I'd looked at in Mansfield had got a few more miles. I went online that night. This had been reduced by £500, and when I went to see them, he was so sweet. I walked in, I met Matt. I'd booked it online, I'd ordered it online actually, and paid a £99 deposit to secure it as my car at that price. I walked in after Matt had phoned me. He'd sent me a video. Matt had sent me a video with the car walk around video, pretty much like this. It was easy to work, dead honest, dead straight. They can't afford to be dishonest anyway these days. Met his boss, his sales manager, and I sat there. I says, right, I says, I'm going to ask you a question. Pop and see your boss, ask him if he'll take anything off or do anything for me. And he came out from his boss. He says, yeah, he's took £250 off. So it then became, with that £250 off, it actually became the cheapest Vauxhall Corsa E in the country on that day, and I bought it. So thank you, Matt. Thank you to your boss. I think your boss's name was Colin. Thank you to Pentagon in Mansfield for doing what they could to secure me the white one. Thank you to Pentagon in Nottingham for giving me what I think is a cracking deal on a car just over 14 months old, all but a week. 15 grand my limit, 14,700, so well below my limit. So I've got some money left for my birthday party on Friday. Service has been spot on, everything. So that's my little walkabout, my little Mickey take out of all the professional car people that have done YouTube videos on introduction. The best video I've seen, or the guy I had the most respect for, was the Auto Trader guy. When he does his reviews, he's decent. And also there was a guy in Ireland, I assume it was in Dublin. He did a review, and he was a no cock and bull man. So I liked his review. I like that. So all the others, you just waffle on about the same thing. You've got the shouty milk float bloke on YouTube. I don't get it. You can't go to Cornwall, you can't go to Scotland. I've not driven to Scotland for the best part of 10 years. I've not driven to Cornwall for the best part of 40 years. So I don't know about charging yet. I'll charge it at home. Jane will do some videos about charging her 2008. I should do some videos about charging and living with this. Probably on the other channel, because this isn't really to do with bikes and adventure. I'll do adventure when I go camping in it, I guess, or when I go away. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. Having listened to ramblings of motoring journalists, I don't believe my ramblings are that bad. Thank you for watching, and I'll give you a quick sweep round of the Corsa dashboard. This is something I can't get used to. Look, I don't know if you can see that. Finger steering and engine's not running. It ain't got an engine to run, it's just switched on. Cool. It had got, allegedly it does 222 miles on a range. It wasn't a full battery. It had a 201 miles range when I picked it up. I've only driven it in eco. I'm just feathering the throttle, just pluting it along. I'm not having to push it or anything. Again, because I say how slow it is, it's kept up with modern day traffic. I've took my foot off the gas and it's slowed down. EV motoring at an affordable price, I believe. Let me know in the comments if you've got an EV, because it's pretty much new to me. Especially if you've got one of these Corsas, let me know. If you've got one of the 208s, let me know. If you've got a Mocha, let me know, because apparently it's the same thing underneath. It's just different. It's just clad in a different cloak, and this has got less bells and whistles on than some of the others. Bells and whistles I never use. I've got radio. I've found radio 2 on the radio. That's a good thing. And I've got sat nav. I found that. And almost, well, Jane's had a go at setting it up, so I don't need to set sat nav up. I'll put my home address in. So thank you for watching, and more on the EV. I think on the other channel, which I can't link in the description, because if I link another channel in the description, it disqualifies me from a certain amount of monetization in the world of YouTube. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to rambling. If you've got to the end, please subscribe, please like. Thank you. We're away.